Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Am I audible to you all? Do you listen to me? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So yesterday we were discussing about the budget in the educational management. You know what is a budget? Budget is the proposed income and expenditure in a in an academic session in respect of educational institutions to achieve the objectives or goal to undertake various activities to undertake various programs and both scholastic and co-scholastic activities according to the interest and ability of the learner in the institutions. Have you remember what I have told you? A proposed income and expenditure of an educational institutions in the academic session to fulfill the objectives and to carry out various activities, both scholastic and co-scholastic, according to the need and interest of the learner. So the academic session starts from 1st April and ends with 31st March of the next calendar year. That is both financial year or academic year. Previously, the academic year started in the month of July and ends in the month of May, 31st, 1st July to 31st May. But now it has been changed. The concept has been changed. All the examination, etc., will be over by 31st March, and the result will be declared. And the students will be enrolled in the next higher class, and accordingly, new programs, plans, new goals will be set up, both scholastic and post-scholastic. Scholastic here academic activities. The knowledge and skills that are to be developed or imparted in the various school subjects. Mathematics, science, English, social science, Odia, and so on and so forth. The co-scholastic activities, games, sports, drawing, debate, and so on and so forth. And also the science fair, science exhibition, drama, songs, etc. So the individual has, I have told you yesterday, how many qualities, how much qualities the individual has. Yes, physical, psychological, social,
25,000,
spiritual.
sir.
Eh? Yes,
25,000.
20 approximately 25,000. So these qualities are to be developed, providing a suitable environment. When suitable environment is provided, these qualities will be developed. If one has aptitude in song and also interested in song, let us allow him to create that environment that he can flourish in that particular co-scholastic areas. Anyway, accordingly, we have to make budget. Three types of budget I have told you yesterday. One is balance.
One is
Balance.
balanced, surplus, zero budget.
Yes, zero budget means income and expenditure will be equal. Surplus budget means the income will be more than the expenditure. The deficit budget means the income will be less than the expenditure. That is called fiscal deficit. That is called in economic term fiscal deficit. So in our country, in our state, we also make budgets, and every year there is a fiscal budget. So to meet the deficit, so the state or the country makes provision for the funds from different sources. Then most probably in the schools we have to make a zero budget. According to the budget or government granting aid or financial assistance, we have to carry out to the plans and programs, and objectives of the institution will be fulfilled. One concept is total quality management. Total quality management. You know the management, get the work done to fulfill the objectives for the best satisfaction of the consumer. So in the educational management, it is a systematic, continuous process through which various plans and programs are undertaken to attain the objectives in respect of various institutions, and the objective will be fulfilled and the various activities will be carried out according to the need and interest of the learner. The main stakeholders is learner, not the teacher. It is the secondary. The primary stakeholder is the learner. So we have to satisfy the learners. In a total quality management, what happens? Suppose you just I shall give an example. Suppose a school. You will enter to the school. You will see there is a good boundary, and there is a good garden. There is a playground. Flower plots are there, and the whole environment is greenery, and all are busy. All the teachers are busy in transacting the learning materials in the classroom. And if you visit the classrooms also, the mode of teaching is adopted by the teacher, is responded by the learners. I was telling that who is a good teacher? The good teacher who creates humor in the class. So, through humor, he can deliver the things better so that the students are satisfied. So, here, total quality management is a continuous improvement in a whole process of organization from the maximum satisfaction of the customers. Here, customers is the learners. The continuous improvement. So, every time the manager or the leader, the headmaster, makes a review, what is the performance of the learners? Whether learners have any difficulty in any subject, or what are the doubts. So accordingly, there will be continuous uh, improvement. How to improve the style of teaching? He has to give the orientation to the teacher that the what should be the method or approach of the teaching. In the colleges, there is a lecture method that every lecturer follows. In my career, total career, I have experimented upon three things. First, I adopted the lecture method. Then I felt that lecture method is not suitable to transact the learning material. Then I switched over to discussion method. Then after some years, I thought that discussion method was not suitable for the learner. Then I switched over to interactive method. Students and the teacher should interact in the teaching learning process. As a result of which, that's why I give stress on the interaction. The more the interaction, the more the understanding. So in the total quality management, educational management rather you can say, there must be continuous improvement of the objectives of the various activities carried in the educational institutions, whether the students are satisfied. That's why there is a provision for assessment of the teacher. In the particular UGC, University Grants Commission has suggested that the students are to assess the teacher. A questionnaire will be given to the students. They will not mention their names and roll numbers. Only questions are there, and they have to fill up. Whether language is clear, whether the teacher has the commanding voice, whether the teacher gives example, whether the language is simple, whether various the teacher gives various examples from the uh, experience. So all these things. And about the personality also, whether the lecturer is makes humorous in the class, or whether the lecturer gossip and takes more time. So out of that, I have also assessed myself, and through a questionnaire or a questions, and after giving the questionnaire, after half an hour or 45 minutes, I collected all the questionnaire. They have not written their name and roll number. So all the answer sheets were analyzed by me. So you will astonished to know that exact my teaching style, my voice, my language, my personality, my habits, etc. were reflected in the questionnaire. So that for the improvement of the teachers, there must be a quality. Quality must be maintained. So we can say the total quality management. Always there should be improvement. Then in the total quality management under, that is work management, that is distribution of work according to the efficiency, ability of the teacher. Then the techniques of work management, that is subjective judgment, that the leader what he thinks, that is the final, according to his decision, because he is an experienced person. He will not cause any harm to anybody. So it is called your rule thumb standard. Rule thumb standard. If questions will be asked, what is rule thumb standard? So the head of the institution distributes the work and takes the decision of various activities, how to fulfill the educational goals. That is called rule thumb standard. Then record of a past performance. We maintain lesson plan, also lesson scheme. Every teacher is required to take 24 classes per week. Every lecturer is required to assistant professor, that is called, take 16 hours per week. And he is required to remain 7 hours in the college. Besides the teaching hours, the assistant professor, associate professors, they have to do other things like research works. Many things are there. And the associate professor and professors, they are required to take 14 hours per week. Only classes and other works are there. Then lead time. So according to the time, there is always the institution has a timetable, and according to the particular time, we have to complete our topic. So accordingly, we plan accordingly that within 45 minutes, how much the teacher or a lecturer will transact the learning materials to the students. So then your it is for your industry buffer stocks. Stocks are to be maintained, reorder level, and also leveling of the stocks. Stock turnover, kete turnover hala. Then research techniques also to be adopted. So, in every management, so all these things are to be kept in mind. Then the materials management, materials policy making, planning and programming, purchasing, inventory control, receiving, warehousing, where the materials are put together. That is called warehouse. Storekeeping, material handling, scrap and surplus disposal. Government has made a policy to the scrap and the surplus to dispose of the old vehicles. So every town or every center there will be that is scrap center. So they will take it and give some a card will be given and you will get a new vehicle with some marginal conscious uh, uh, benefit 5,000 or 10,000 according to the your condition of the vehicle. So scraps disposal. Again, the time management again that has been given. Time management is the most important thing because in time everything must be completed. Now, in the NEP 2020, they already they have thought of there will be board exemption in class 5, there will be board exemption in class 8, and there will be board exemption in class 10 and board exemption in 12. Again, the Supreme Court, as I have told you, that in every there should be no board examination, but every 3 quarterly there must be examination. The purpose is that in order to reduce the stress and strain academic stress and strain of the learner, so it must be continuous work. So that there will be no stress and strain for the learner. So how far it will be viable, that will time will tell whether that will be carried out by the government of India or state government. That depends on the government. So timely we have to assess the head of the institution, the leader will ask all the teachers whether they have maintained this progress register and according to the lesson scheme whether they have completed the topic or not, a subject or not at the end of the year, mathematics, science, etc. All these things, and whether the students are benefited out of the transaction or not. All these things. The time management is the most important factor. A timetable will be prepared and there will be some time given for examination, time will be given for sports and games, time will be allotted for scholastic activities, debate, drama, song, and time will be allotted for annual function and so on and so forth. All these things within that period, the specific time, specified time, the work or the activities are to be completed and the teachers who is in charge of the particular activity who will be held responsible, accountable before the headmaster. So all these things that we have discussed, then let us come to management of innovation. So what is innovation? Innovation, always we speak of the innovation, scientific innovation and so on and so forth. Researchers are going on for innovative idea. I was giving the innovative idea for addition of 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, and finally the formula was there, n into n plus 1 by 2. So that is the innovation. So what is the new things, new technology, new ideas are to be adopted by the teacher. So there are many innovations in the primary schools. The old type innovations are not there. So initially there was a behavioristic ideas. If I tell you how the changes have taken place, that is innovation in the teacher education. The classical, that teacher oriented, teacher centered education. What the teacher was teaching, that is correct. And the learners do not believe you. They, if the teacher says wrong, the learners say that that is right. And if you say no, this is wrong, no, you are telling wrong things. The teacher has told this is the correct answer. So teacher has the responsibility for innovation. So there is a change or a paradigm shift in the teacher education. So what I have told you that I listen, I forget. I read, I remember. I do, I understand. Did you follow? I listen, I forget. I read, I remember. I do, I understand. So which one is the best one? Which one is the best one?
I understand.
Yes, I do, I understand. Because activities are there. So in the school, on the basis of that, the students are engaged in various activities while teaching learning process is going on. So in the behavioristic idea of the teachers oriented, then it is changed to child-centered education. The Fowell, Rousseau, others, they have said, according to the need and interest of the child, the learning process should continue. The teacher should not impose anything on the learner. What does the child desire? That is to be understood or carried out. That is the learner-centered approach. प्रथम थिला teacher-centered approach, then learner-centered approach. Now, learning-centered approach. That is learning-centered approach. Learner-centered approach along with learning-centered approach. That is the constructivism. Do you understand? The students are to construct the ideas, principles in the light of their past experiences. If I can give an example, suppose you are going to teach soil erosion. The teacher should not say, I am going to teach soil erosion. Just give the example. You have come from your residence to the school. There was raining. And what have you observed? They will say there is raining, the water was flowing. Also, the earth was flowing with that water. So you can give also. Now there is a devastation in that Uttarakhand, heavy devastation. That the ବାଦଲ ଫଟା ବର୍ଷା ଯାହାକୁ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ଆଜି ସେ ଏକ୍ସପ୍ଲେନ୍ କରୁଥିଲେ ହ୍ୱାଟ ଇଜ ବାଦଲ ଫଟା ବର୍ଷା and within a short period much rain water comes. There is a much rain beyond imagination. So naturally that will flow from that the full of hills. Uttarakhand, all the eastern regions are full of hills. So there is a landslide and the current is so high. So the houses, vehicles are washed away by the current of the water or the flowing flow of the water. It is so powerful. So when you say that, ask that along with the rainwater, some it becomes muddy. They will say it is muddy. And how it became muddy? Because of the earth. So that is, what is it called? There is some part of a particular point that it is, say, washed away, some portions. And you can give the examples from TV, from different places. Last year there was also devastating situation in Kerala. This year also in Odisha, 4 or 5 times rain has damaged everything. So that is soil erosion. So they will tell ମୂର୍ତ୍ତିକା କ୍ଷୟ ଓଡ଼ିଆରେ ତ କହିବେ ସେମାନେ ମୂର୍ତ୍ତିକା ଆମେ ଦେଖିଲୁ ଯେ କିଛି ମାଟି ତା ସହିତ ଯାଉଛି କିନ୍ତୁ କ'ଣ ତାକୁ କହିବା ଆମେ ମୂର୍ତ୍ତିକା କ୍ଷୟ କହିବା ପିଲାମାନେ କହିବେ this is a constructivism approach. The students can tell out of his one on the basis of the past experiences. ପୂର୍ବ ଅଭିଜ୍ଞତା ବଳରେ ସେ ସବୁ କଥା କହିପାରିବେ. So the teacher's role is the facilitator of the whole teaching learning process. The student is active. He is no way passive. So this is how the process of teaching learning or management, educational management or educational administration, or what you call it, different types of programs are going on in the primary schools or elementary schools for quality education. I was telling what is quality education. Number of times. So quality always refers to fitness for the purpose. Quality always refers to fitness for the purpose. So there is a state government, education department, department of higher education, department of elementary education, and also department of higher secondary education. That directorate, 3 directorates. Sorry, 4. Elementary, secondary, higher, and higher secondary. 3 directorates. Higher education department only looks after the higher education, and other 3 departments, that is that is the responsibility of a school and mass education department. So what should be the innovation? ଆମେ ଏବେ ତ ମନ୍ତ୍ରୀ କହିଲେ ଯେ there will be 835 ideal schools established, and in Odisha, to each school 7 crores will be financial assistance will be given for quality education. So innovation, that means what I was telling that on the other day, that various skills they will be developed. In China or in Russia, you will find there is compulsory development of skills for 1 or 2 years. After a particular class, maybe agriculture, maybe industry, they will internship program. They have to go. In Russia, there was a many years ago, there was a cyclonic condition, and the farmers could not harvest their paddy. So the administrator closed down all the University of Russia and sent all the students to the field. Go and assist the farmers to harvest or take care of the paddies so that it should not be destroyed. That should be the spirit. And one thing they will learn, the dignity of labor. କାମର ମହତ୍ଵ ସେଟା ବୁଝିବେ। ଆଜିକାଲି ଆମର ପିଲାମାନେ ଦେଖିବ ସବୁଆଡେ ସବୁ କଲେଜ ହେଇଗଲାନି, father is working in the field but the son is at the tea stall and gossiping. ଆଜି ତ ହଉଥିଲା ଇଏ in Bhubaneswar near the Khandagiri and near Potia, these two areas. There was a special squad was conducting the what are the shops, beetle shops who are selling the ganja cigarette, other things they were collecting. The students are now not going to the college, rather they are in the tea stall and using all these narcotics and spoils the society. So innovation, as I have told you, there must be a change, and change must be practicable, and it must be tested, it must be observed, and it must have utility. Then we will call it innovations. If it has no utility, so it is not innovations, just a change. So innovation depends on the testability, observation, and also application, and how far the method of teaching or style of teaching enables the learner to understand the learning concepts. Various concepts are there. So the innovations has the following components: new ideas, application, significant change that is visible, innovative ideas. Characteristics of innovations are much. Page number 92. New system of environment as perceived by the individual. In the past, there was the schools were not free from but punishment. Corporal punishment was given. Now, the environment is so created, there is no corporal punishment, no fear zone, fear-free zone. Some may criticize that why it should be fear-free zone, but that method was better than this method. You see, if the learners are afraid of the teacher, whatever he learns, he forgets. If the teacher is very much cooperative and acceptable, sociable, then without any fear, they can learn and retain the learned materials for longer period. Better than what is already in existence. That was the period where the corporal punishment was given. Now the corporal punishment is not given. The psychological atmosphere has been created in the school. A deliberate plan, not haphazard. So the teacher makes a deliberate plan how to start. There are different skills of teaching, 17 skills of teaching. How to ask questions, how to introduce the lesson, how to make the assessment during the teaching learning process. Contextual local system of environment conditions. What is the local context? Local context is in the winter season. Now it is 1 or 2 days holiday are declared in the urban areas. That 25th December or any surplus holidays, 1 or 2. But that was harvesting holidays in the local areas. What is the purpose? They were assisting their parents to harvest the various crops. That is the purpose, harvesting holidays. So it has two purposes. One purpose is they help their parents to collect the paddies. Second is they will feel the dignity of labor. କାମର ମହତ୍ଵ କ'ଣ ଜାଣିବେ, କେତେ କଷ୍ଟରେ କାମ ହେଉଛି ଏବଂ କେତେ କଷ୍ଟରେ ଫସଲ ଫଳୁଛି ଏ କଥା ବି ଜାଣିବେ. So this is of the local specification. Where no agricultural land, other things are there, forest products and flowering plants. So the local variation capable of making unfamiliar as familiar. So in the school they are only confined with the academic subjects, and there they learn many things. That is experiential learning. That is called experiential learning. ଅଭିଜ୍ଞତାରୁ ସେମାନେ ଶିକ୍ଷା ହାସଲ କରୁଛନ୍ତି. ତମେ ତ ଟାଉନ ପିଲାଙ୍କୁ ପଚାରିବ ଚାଉଳ କେମିତିଆ, ଚାଉଳ କୋଉଠୁ ଆସୁଛି, ସେ କହିବେ ଚାଉଳ ଗୋଟେ ଗଛ, ଚାଉଳ ଗଛରୁ ଚାଉଳ ହଉଛି. ଆମେ ରାଇଟ୍ ର ଆରେ ଚାଉଳ କଥା ରାଇସ୍ କଥା ପଚାରିବା ଆମେ, ସେ କ'ଣ ଉତ୍ତର ଦେବେ? Have you seen the rice plant? ତ ସେ କଥା କହିବେ ଚାଉଳ ଗଛରୁ ଚାଉଳ, କିନ୍ତୁ ଧାନରୁ ଯେ ଚାଉଳ ହଉଛି ସେ କଥା ତାକୁ ମାଲୁମ ନାହିଁ. So this is what that unfamiliar to familiar, they will acquainted with the various things. Then suitable for achieving the predetermined goal. So that is a predetermined goal. In my childhood period, I was also going to the agricultural field for some time to collect the paddy and other the agricultural products. Positive in nature. So always be positive. Don't be negative. Always positive means you should have positive thinking for everything. The positivity develops the confidence. Negativity develops your stress and strain. That does not determine your good personality. Then something which results in the improvement of a system. So system, as I have told you, system according to local variety, local context, परिप्रेक्षी ओडिया रे आमे context को परिप्रेक्षी आमे कहूचे ओडिया रे पिला को आमे कहबा जे write an essay about the various social functions. They have not seen it, like Dola Purnima, like the Honorable Saraswati, they observe or they are involved in the process. Other things which are observed in the village area, they cannot write because they are not part and parcel of the system. So we have to make aware of the system. Then factors of innovations. So how that will be changed? One of the factors is the cost. Cost is one of the important factor. Suppose you have to teach through electronic media, digital learning, e-learning, computerized learning. So you have to spend something. They're cost effective. Now, what I was telling, that a child has a learner has a student has got net only through the social medias, net, e-learning, etc., without any attending any coaching. But there are some good children, the Adivasi child who has got OS, he has also only through that e-learning or the various electronic devices, he got the OS. Such a cost is required. Then complexity. There should be no complex ideas. At times, what is in the management, if you make it complex, so nothing, simple things will come out. In the teaching learning process, educational management particularly, most of the teacher, they do not present their ideas in a very lucid manner or simple manner and in a systematic manner. If you say high sounding word, that is not understood by the learners. You should think that the learner at a particular stage, particular age, what is the mental capacity of the learner to receive all the things? Then visibility, whatever the innovation that you take, you make, that it must be visible. Now, playaway method is adopted in the Sisu Vatika. That is visible. The behavioral change takes place. So when we go through the certain the audiovisual aids and also the electronic devices through computer and other devices, that is visible. That idea is not good, bad. That idea good. So here, sitting at home, you can also share many things with other people. Then divisibility. You must have seen different electronic devices, EduSat, in the night or day, that is teaching learning process is going on, mathematics, English. And so many agencies, non-government agencies, private agencies also, they give certain ideas for the clarification of the learners. That is a division. Social science, science, language, or literature, all these things. Then compatibility. He should feel comfort. There must be compatibility between the teacher and the learner, between the source and the learner. They should feel that it is not difficult. I am comfortable with these situations. Comfortable. It is not that hard to understand. Then group action, group activities are to be conducted for this purposes, innovative ideas. Then Educational Commission 1964-66, Kothari Commission. The common school system is a new idea which was incorporated or recommended by Kothari Commission. What is that pattern? 10 plus 2 plus 3 and plus 2. Out of 10 up to 8 is elementary, 2 years is the secondary, 2 years is the higher secondary, 3 years is graduation, and 2 years is post graduation. And besides that, there is early childhood learning. That Anganwadi centers are there. So it is a preparatory stage for the going to the primary stage. Age 3 to 6. That the emotional development, social development, physical development, all development are taken care of in the Anganwadi, in Odisha, in town, in urban, rural area, urban and both rural area, there are Anganwadis. English medium schools, that is KG1, KG2, or preschool, that we call it. Then minimum levels of learning, MLLL. What should be the minimum level of learning? Once it has been recommended that at least the students should secure 80% students should secure 80% of marks in all subjects. Then we can say it is a minimum level of learning. Particularly, all the commissions has given stress on numeracy and literacy, functional literacy. Numeracy, the mathematical calculation; literacy, the languages. I was telling how the language can be developed. Language can be developed through which process? Language can be developed through which process? How you will develop the language? Yes?
So through communication.
Yes, through communication. Acha, tell me, when have you learned language? Have you remembered?
So from initial stage, we talk
Initial at
some words.
what year? On completion of what year?
0 to 2 years.
Eh? Yes, yes. After completion of 1 year, you begin to communicate your ideas to others. One word language, two words language sentence, sorry, one word sentence, two word sentence. କହିଲେ ଗୋଟେ one word sentence ମତେ? One word sentence. କହିଲେ ମତେ? Have you?
ଆସ ଯାଅ
Eh? Eh?
ଆସି
ହଁ।
ଆସ ଯାଅ
ଆସ କହିଲେ two word ହେଇଗଲା. ଆ, ଯା, ଖା. One word. So out of the one word, say they starts how to develop the other words. At the initial stage, there is no laws of rule of grammar. Grammar is dhardhana nahi. But gradually, the grammar is incorporated in the development of the language automatically. But what we do, all the teachers are giving stress on the grammar for development of language. If you give stress on the development of language, grammar on the development of language, the language cannot be developed. It is a flexible. Language is always a flexible. ତମେ ଏଠି ଆମେ କହୁଛେ ଆମେ ମୁଁ ଖାଇ ନାହିଁ କିନ୍ତୁ ସମ୍ବଲପୁରରେ नहीं ଖାଏ नहीं ଯାଏ ବୁଝିପାରିଲ ତ ଭରଟା ଚାଲିଗଲା ଲାଷ୍ଟକୁ ତାଙ୍କର ସେମିତି ବିଭିନ୍ନ ଲୋକାଲ ଭେରାଇଟିରେ ତାଙ୍କର ଲାଙ୍ଗୁଏଜ differs. So in order to achieve the MLL, minimum levels of learning, so the language is very important. How to communicate your ideas so that they will learn. Then we focus on MLL strategy preliminary assessment of the existing level of learning achievement. A baseline study, that is called a baseline study. Modification of MLL to suit the local situation. According to the local situation, we have to modify. What are the language are to be taught? What are the skills are to be developed? One example I can say in my village. For a long time I have not gone to my village, but when I was going to my village, at times, there is a sizable fisherman community in my village. And when I communicated with them about their education and why do you hesitate to send your children to the school? One thing that is a very simple reply. what he can do after completion of elementary school or secondary school, etc. Rather, he must be involved in the fishing the net, fishing business, so that he can earn something. So the skill, particularly skill. Simply, if you ask the tribal people, what is your interest? What will they say? They will say that I am interested in cutting the trees and hunting the animals. ଶିକାର ଶିକାର କରିବା ଗଛ କଟା ନା ମୂଳରୁ ସେ ତାଙ୍କ ଜିନ୍ ଭିତରେ ଅଛି. So it is the question of their parental profession and that gene. According to their gene, according to their parental profession, we have to consider. Initial and recurrent orientation of teachers' competency-based teaching. How will you develop their competency? Then proper teacher training handbooks for ML-based teaching. Introduction to continuous comprehensive evaluation of students using evaluation results for remedial. What is a continuous and comprehensive evaluation? Every day, there must be assessment of the learner, his punctuality, his regularity, whether he is doing the homework or not, whether he is attentive or not, whether he has any emotional problem, whether he has anything. These are the continuous assessment of the learner. And what is your difficulty? So accordingly, remedial measures are to be given. That should be. Preparation of a unit test, other evaluation materials, putting them in an item pool for using when and required. Unit test. After completion of one unit, you have to give questions on that, on the particular unit, so that he will be fully prepared on the unit. So, using MLL norms and when curriculum and textbook are revised. I have told you the MLL norm. Accordingly, the textbook shall be revised. In addition to that, I want to say one thing. There must be a question bank in for each class in each institutions. 300 खंडे कि 400 खंडे क्वेश्चन बैंक कर दियो. सही क्वेश्चन खाली आलोचना करो. आउ किछि पाठ पढ़ा आवश्यकता नहीं. Throughout the year, particular subject रे, these questions are to be from all units you discuss and allow the students to answer the questions. You put some questions out of them and allow the student, they will do it very comfortably, without any strain, without any stress. Am I right? So the question bank, it is there, but still now it has not been in operative stage. So all these things, the teacher learning strategy. What should be the strategy? Teaching learning strategy. Because every teacher has the ability to teach and every learner has the ability to learn. Yes or no? Every teacher has the ability to teach and every learner has the ability to learn. Do you agree to this point or not? Every teacher has the ability to teach. Every learner has the ability to learn. Do you agree to this point or not? Tell me. Are yes or no? Ko. Do listen me what I told. Do listen what
Yes,
I
sir.
told.
Yes, sir. Agreed. But the way they
Hmm. You will?
The way or the techniques or the strategy are different.
Yes. Strategy is different. As I have told you many times, what is the voice, what is the language, what is the introduction, what is the putting the questions. Don't harass the people, learners. You can correct the correct answer by asking other students. Yes, you can answer. You sit down, you ask other students. Yes, it is the right answer. So, as I have told you that you have to create humor. Humor टाକୁ ସମସ୍ତେ ଭଲ ପାଆନ୍ତି. ଆମେ ଭଲ ପାଏ, ପିଲା ଭଲ ପାଆନ୍ତି, ସମସ୍ତେ ଭଲ ପାଆନ୍ତି. So, what kind of a humor and up to what extent the humor can be created, it is to be decided by the teacher in a particular topic. अच्छा तमे सब सुनिच the story of Birbal Akbar?
Yes,
Story
sir.
of Birbal, हाँ देखी जाता
Yes,
टीवी रे?
yes, sir.
हाँ. How do you appreciate the humor? How do you appreciate the humor?
Yes, sir.
It is very attractive. ଯଦୁମଣି ଜଣେ କବି ଥିଲେ ନୟାଗଡ଼ର ନାଁ ଶୁଣିଛ?
Yes, sir. ଯଦୁମଣି ରହସ୍ୟ।
ଯଦୁମଣି ରହସ୍ୟ। ସେ ରାଜାଙ୍କୁ ଖଣ୍ଡେ ଜମି ମାଗିଥିଲେ ହେଲା ମୁଁ ଚାଷବାସ କରି ମତେ ଖଣ୍ଡେ ଜମି ଦିଅ। ରାଜା ତାକୁ ଦଉ ଦଉ ହେଇଗଲା ବର୍ଷେ। ଏମିତି ଜମି ଦେଲେ ଯେ ସେଥିରେ କିଛି ଫସଲ ହେଲାନି। ରାଜା ପଚାରିଲେ କଣ ତମେ ଭଲ ତ ଥିବ ଜମି ଦିଆ ହେଇଛି ନା ରାଜା ଦେଲେ ଯାହା ହରସେ ପାଉ ପାଉ ଗଲା ବରଷେ ଏମନ୍ତ ଭୂଇଁ ଶାକୁଣ୍ଡା ବୁଣିଲେ ଉଠଇ ନାହିଁ। So it's a lesson to the king, but it is a humor. ଗାଁରେ ସେ ବହୁତ ହ୍ୟୁମର ଅଛି ସୋ ହ୍ୟୁମର ୟୁ ହାଭ୍ ଟୁ କେମିତି କୋଅର୍ଡିନେଟ୍ କରିବ ସବଜେକ୍ଟ ସହିତ ଇଟ୍ ଡିପେଣ୍ଡସ୍ ଅନ୍ ୟୁ। ଟୁ ଏକ୍ସାମ୍ପଲ୍ସ ହେମନ୍ତ ଭୂଇଁ ଚାକୁଣ୍ଡା ବୁଣିଲେ ଉଠଇନା ଛାମୁ ଦାହା ଦେଲେ ହରସେ ପାଉ ପାଉ ଗଲା ବରସେ। So you see, it's a lesson for the king and also it's a humor. He presented the things in humor. Three language formula: educational management and application. Local language, national language, and international language. Three language formula should be adopted at the secondary stage. At the primary stage, only regional language or local language. The books are to be written in the regional or local language so that it can be understood. I was telling that when I was posted in Balangir, I could not understand what is how they communicated, but gradually I picked up the language. This is how the local language is most important. ଆମର ନଈ के बैंक देश के फ्रांक्स ये शब्द सुनछ ना नहीं? नई के बैंक देश के फ्रांक ये प्रोवर्ब जानछ ना नहीं को?
Yes, sir. जो जे देशे जाए से फल खाए।
ସେ ଫଳ ଖାଏ। ଏଇ ଯୋଉ କଥାଟା କାହିଁ କୁହା ହେଇଛି ନା ଯୋଉଆଡେ ତମେ ଗଲ ତାର କଲଚର ତାର ଲାଙ୍ଗୁଏଜ ଏଭ୍ରିଥିଙ୍ଗ ଡିଫର। ଏବଂ ଏ କଟକ ପୁରୀ ଖୋର୍ଦ୍ଧା ଏଇ ତିନିଟା ଡିଷ୍ଟ୍ରିକ୍ଟ ଛାଡ଼ିଦେଲେ ପିଓର ଓଡ଼ିଆ ଆଉ ଅନ୍ୟ ଜିଲ୍ଲାରେ ତମେ ପାଇବନି ଶୁଣିବାକୁ। ବାଲେଶ୍ୱରରେ କହିବେ ପୁଟଳ ପୁଲ
सर प्योर ओडिया जगतसिंहपुर रे भी प्योर ओडिया को
जगतसिंह प्योर ओडिया नुहे तुम देख तक सब खाऊछु जाऊछु
जगतसिंहपुर आम घर जगतसिंहपुर आमे जो तो से बही रे जेमती सेमती आमे कहूछु
खाऊछु जाऊछु ये सब सुने को मिले जगतसिंह। So it is a question of intonation that they have developed from the very beginning, the language. So that's why the local language should be given importance at the initial stage, and gradually Hindi, then gradually the international language, library language, that is called library language. Why do we give importance on library language? English. Why do you give importance on English?
Sir, it is
Because
considered as global language.
global language, and to gain knowledge, ଆମର ଯୋଉ ଯେତେ ସବୁ ଆମେ social जो इलेक्ट्रॉनिक डिवाइस और दी लर्निंग ई लर्निंग हो बा ऑनलाइन लर्निंग हो जते सब करूचे कोथरा हमर आछ तो इंग्लिश रे प्राय नले लोकल लैंग्वेज रास्ता तांको स्टेट पे तेणु इंग्लिश इज नेसेसरी हमरा चीफ मिनिस्टर बहादुर बुआरी कहले जे आमे साइंस टा को उड़िया रे करी अनुवाद तब कर दै छिन ना कोन बोधे that will be more difficult for the learner to understand. गोटे गोटे शब्द अच्छी इंग्लिश रो ओडिया अनुवाद कले से तार तुमे मन रखि परिबो आमे कंडीशनिंग कहूचे बुझिबल त कंडीशनिंग जेमते हम बुझुचे प्रयत्न प्रमाद आको मन रखि परिबो सो एई भली सब हबो. Then a recommendation of a national policy on education 1986. They have given these same things 10 plus 2 plus 3 system, language, modern mathematics, science, social science, moral education, physical education, craft, trade, etc. All these things. I would have been operational blackboard. Operational blackboard. What is that? Operational blackboard, at least 2 teachers are to be appointed in a primary school. There may be 3 classes. Whatever the strength it may be, at least 2 teachers shall be appointed. That is operational blackboard. बुझिए ना operational blackboard दे पड़ो या फिर लिखो नहीं. It a recommendation of 1986. NP 1986, at least 2 teachers are to be appointed in a school or better thing. Then distance education. During that period, I think after that, the distance education got momentum. IGNU, the largest university in the world, where you have enrolled. Open school system. So all are the distance education on mode and a face-to-face mode, the 2 different things. Then use of technology. Rajiv Gandhi also, we must appreciate him. How to use the technology in teaching learning situation. Then vocationalization of secondary education means after passing the secondary education, 50% of students will be enrolled in the general education and other 50% students will be enrolled in the vocational education, so that they will be independent in the future. TV repairing, motor repairing, similar, or the various parts which are required for the industry, repairing should be in the vocational education. Then moral and religious education. Now, why moral and religious education is necessary? Is it necessary, moral and religious education?
Yes, sir.
Basically, India is based on religion. Religion is our strength, and morality also strengthens the religion. କିନ୍ତୁ ଆଜିକାଲି ତ ସମସ୍ତେ ଚୋରି ଡକାୟତ ମର୍ଡର ଖୋନ ଏଇସବୁ ଏଇ ମୋରାଲ ରିଲିଜିୟସ୍ ଏଜୁକେସନ୍ ନଥିବାରୁ ଏଇସବୁ ଜିନିଷ ହେଉଛି। ଦେନ୍ କଣ୍ଟିନ୍ୟୁଅସ୍ ଇଭାଲୁଏସନ୍, so evaluation must be continuous one. It must be flexible, not rigid. Evaluation must not be rigid, it must be flexible. Maybe oral, maybe written, maybe long answer, maybe objective type. So it must be continuous. And the state and national boards of education, those state or secondary board of education is Kalangari Posi, Personal League, OTAT, ସବୁ ଜେଲ୍ ଭିତରେ ପଶିଛନ୍ତି 8 ଜଣ। ଆଉ ନ୍ୟାସନାଲରେ CBSE, ICSE ଦୁଇଟା ବୋର୍ଡ଼ ଅଛି ତାଙ୍କର, ଇଂଲିଶ ମିଡ଼ିୟମ୍ ଷ୍ଟୁଡେଣ୍ଟସ୍। So these boards are responsible to conduct the examination. But the persons who are in charge of conducting the examination must be honest and capable. The other major concerns, emphasis on training and quality, education for the backward children, SC, ST, OBC, 3 types backward, or those who do not belong to the cream layer. After 7 lakhs income, below 7 lakhs now, I do not know whether it has been increased or not. If your annual income does not exceed 7 lakhs, you belong to the backward class. If it exceeds, then you are in the cream layer section. Improvement of quality of public funded school, improving unattractive school environment, instructional materials, laying down minimum levels of learning, all these things. There was adult education during that period. That system was abolished. The adult education system. Why adult education was there? On the recommendation of 1986. Because some are laborers. They, in the industry or in the agricultural field, 2 things they have given in Kothari Commission. I have told you, productivity in agriculture, productivity in industry. When you think of productivity in agriculture, productivity in industry, so skill is necessary. You are supposed to use the technology used in the agricultural field, modern technology, so that there will be better production. So the country will be self-sufficient in food. Also in industry, for other purposes, besides the rice, dal, etc., we purchase many things. We also wear dresses. Also, the skill is necessary. For that skill, they must be capable of functional literacy. For them, there was evening class. Adult education centers were there, and it was abolished. Then later National Literacy Mission 1988, ପଢିଦେବ କିଛି ଅସୁବିଧା କିଛି ନାହିଁ। ରାମମୂର୍ତ୍ତି Committee 1992. He has emphasized on women education because there should not be discrimination. इना बर्तन चली तारी उपरे घना जोर फकीर मोहन एवं बलंगा ये 2टा केस नहीं चलती तनाघना। So women education they must be empowered. ତେଣୁ ସେ ଆରମ୍ଭ କରିଥିଲେ ଆମର ଯୋଉ ପଞ୍ଚାୟତ ରାଜ ସିଷ୍ଟମ from at the rural area, the district जिला परिषद and also the members are elected जिला परिषद member तक कुआ जिला परिषद चेयरमैन एवरी तापर आसिला ब्लॉक लेवल को आसा पंचायत समिति सो पंचायत समिति रो आसिला ग्राम पंचायत सरपंच वार्ड मेंबर and a panchayat samiti sabhya is elected to the block level and they elect the chairman of the block. In the urban area there is a municipality or corporation, corporator or councillor. So the three-layer system was considered in the during the Rajiv Gandhi period. Then early childhood care and education, ECCE, early childhood care and education. Why Ramamurthy has given more importance on ECCE? Because there was more child mortality. शिशु मृत्यु हार अधिक था तेणु इसीसी टाकू बेसी इंपोर्टेंस देले एवं the girls for elementary education, less number of girls were going to the school and the colleges in the past. आमे पढ़तला बेले मोर मने अछि हम केमिस्ट्री ऑनर्स नेथिलु जे गोटिए झे पिला हम संगे केमिस्ट्री ऑनर्स नेथिलु ओनली वन गा सेमती साइंस रे सेमती दो तीनटा समुदाय थिले पूरी कॉलेज रे पढुथला so you see the how the parents were not conscious or they did not want to send their children, girl children, to the school and colleges. Then common school system. So he suggested there should not be English medium school and Odia medium. There must be a common school so that everybody will get opportunity. तापर आसला ज्ञान कमिटी, ऑटोनॉमी, पार्टिसिपेशन, डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन, तापर सेला सर्व शिक्षा अभियान 2003 में आरंभ होला इन ओडिशा. सभी पढ़िबे सभी शिखिबे सर्व शिक्षा अभियान या था गोटे हला प्रथम हला सर्व शिक्षा अभियान एजुकेशन फॉर ऑल. सर्व शिक्षा अभियान हला एजुकेशन फॉर ऑल. प्रथम हला लक्ष्य हला एक्सेसिबिलिटी, टिपिक रखो एक्सेसिबिलिटी. देन universal accessibility, universal enrollment, universal retention, then quality education. 4 pillars. Within 3 kilometers radius there must be primary school. Within 5 kilometer radius there must be a high school. In this way, so that is universal accessibility. Everybody has the access to go to the school, both boys and girls, and no detention. Universal retention, no retention. They will go to up to the class 10. If there will be retention, there will be wastage and stagnation. Wastage कौन, stagnation कौन, जानते ना नहीं? Hello. If the child leaves the school after a particular period, particular grade, that is wastage. If the child is retained in a class for twice or thrice like this, that is stagnation. ମନେ ରହିଲା? Wastage कौन, stagnation कौन? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
हाँ.
Sir,
So
then dropout is comes under wastage.
कौनटा?
Sir, dropout.
धप्प.
Dropout, sir. Dropout जो ହେଇଯାଉଛନ୍ତି.
Dropouts means is stagnation.
Okay.
It's a wastage. Wastage. One does not drop out from the school out of his own accord, because the poverty at times make compel the learner to drop out. There are two concepts. We pull the students, we push the students. এটা word মনে রাখো. We pull the students, we pull the students from the society, means to so that he will take admission, because the environment will be such, the teacher will be so nice, so the students will be pulled from the society. And if the environment is not good, the teachers are not good, so automatically students are pushed to the society. Pulling and pushing. So Sarva Shikha Abhijan, the frameworks is the same thing are there. SC, ST, हमको सबको सब देश सब देखी दो ठीक है. Then Jaspal committee, the most important committee, 1992. So he has given many things that the more that national curriculum framework in 2005. Yes, Paul. He has suggested that the students should go beyond the school, because there is no boundary between the society and the school, so that they will gain experience from the society. Experiential learning, that is the purpose. And the exemptions should be flexible, not rigid. And the continuous and comprehensive evaluation, and the environment of the school should be very much conducive, favorable, so that the child must be attracted to the school. Because there is good levels of e-learning, knowledge database, online support, asynchronous training, and the synchronous training, all the things. This National Knowledge Commission that you will learn. So this is all about your open and distance learning. Just you go through the book and you will get the ideas. So these are the sum and substance of this unit, and block 1. तापर block 2 खाली आरंभ करिया जति जाऊ management sectoral dimensions, and देखि कि आस्ते हो we will start the block 2. Okay. Oh, thank you very much for your kind cooperation. Now let us wind up this session.